Buyers don't want agents, buyers want access to the best deals on the marketplace, the most selection, and off market properties. I'm Nick McLean. I'm the founder of the Team Growth Movement. And I started a brokerage 15 years ago. And the first thing I did was I built a website that gave the client or the consumer full access to all of the listings. Because I quickly realized that marketing myself or marketing my agents on my team as buyer experts, buyer fiduciaries, buyer services just didn't get the phone to ring. In fact, it really repelled the consumer away from us because most buyers are not in a hurry, not interested, just browsing. And so you have to give them your website to browse, but you also have to market your website and promote your website. It can't be a billboard in the desert. It has to be a billboard on the busiest street. And I know this for a fact because literally at one time I had 10 billboards. I bought 10 billboards across town and it got me so many phone calls. Not a lot of phone calls. And then the most prominent billboard on the planet, the most prominent billboard in my marketplace on the busiest road became available and I bought it. And it was 4 times as much. It was 40% of 10 billboards, basically. But guess what? It's the most impactful thing that's happened in my business in terms of top of mind awareness that I could have bought because it's the busiest street. So that principle is you want to buy premier placement, but the same thing with your website. You need to find premier placement. Page 1 on Google, page 1 on Bing, page 1 on every search engine possible. You need to be looking on AI and chat results and showing at page 1. When it comes to reviews in Zillow and Realtor, you want to make sure your team is on page 1 or at the top of the list based on reviews. However the algorithm sorts, you want to be at the very top. And you want your call to action to be the website. Now, the same thing with your agents. See, agents join your team, let's face it, because they want opportunities. They want opportunities. And the opportunities you're going to give them are leads. And that's a distinction I want you to start working on is your language. The language you use as a leader matters. Instead of calling them leads, call them opportunities. Instead of calling them buyers, call them people looking for homes or looking at homes. We just don't know if they own or they rent. We need to discover that. When we get them on the phone, you need to train your agents. It's not about you, it's about them. WIIFM, the most popular radio station in the world, is What's in It for Me. When you call someone on the phone, it's not about their company, it's not about your team, it's not about anything other than that person. And when it's about them, you need to tell them what they want to hear to give them what they need. Let me say it again. Tell them what they want to hear to give them what they need, what they want. The most selection, what they want, the best deal, what they want, off-market properties. So training your agents to systematically do that and do that consistently to every lead is really, really important. And then once they get them on the phone, they extend that conversation to 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 minutes. It's going to change your conversion rates dramatically. And then once we get that client into our world and show them homes, tour the home to list it in the future, we give them the absolute best experience possible, but also don't fumble the ball. Don't have commission breath. Don't go too sharp angle. Add value, value, value during the experience. And then also don't forget about them. We have a mantra and you can have this mantra. It's not their job to remember us. Because they won't. They won't call you back. It is our job to make sure they never forget us. So when I talk to someone on the phone or my agents talk to someone on the phone or your agents talk to someone on the phone, if they have a question about a property or they want information on the property, what are the odds they're going to buy that property? 0, less than 1%. Now also, what are the odds that a property is currently on the market that person would buy today? Not very good. 5%, 10%. That means 90% of the time when you talk to a buyer on the phone, the property isn't even listed. It's not even available. So that means you need a good off-market list of people that you know that own homes. It's not a listed property. It's not a pocket listing. Just people that would be open-minded to receiving phone calls from you that you have a buyer. Operating in logical terms, reasoning terms, it means we need a good follow-up cadence. It means that we need to follow up those leads until they're ready. We don't know when they're going to be ready, right? It's not about if they're going to be ready. We just don't know when. It's the same thing with getting rich. We don't know if we're going to get rich. It's a matter of time. It's when I don't know. As long as I do the repetitive things that I know that consistently work. So these are the language patterns and the conversations that you have with your team. These opportunities, they exist. We need to get to know them, but we also need to acquire them as a client. We need to give them exactly what they want to hear so we can give them what they need. And we're going to follow up with them with selection, access, great deals, and off-market properties over and over and over again until they're ready to take that move. And when they make that move, we have to be ready. We have to jump. We have to go and take action. Otherwise, we may have just followed up with someone for a year only to see them go to the other person more available than us, with better access than us, with better selection than us, with better house hunting skills than us. But it all starts by giving them what they want. Houses, selection, off-market, and promote that over and over and over again by emails, by billboards, by mailers, by phone calls, by text, by your website, and you'll see massive results.